This is what you'll be able to set up by the end of this video. So you have your groups right here. You can have different channels. So in my case, I have announcements and marketing discussions. You can have the discussions tab, obviously, learning. So you can have any courses right in there, members, events that you might be running, leaderboards, and the about section for your group. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Once you set it up, it's set and forget. There's no extra membership costs, and it also ties into the automations that you can trigger on GoHighLevel. So it's a very powerful type of system. And in order to get set up, the thing is that there are a few places you need to go, but it's pretty straightforward once you understand these places. So there's the membership section here, there's courses, and then there are offers. So that's the first thing to consider. Then you also need to go to communities and groups. And here you spend a bunch of time in the settings. So essentially you're first setting up your community, and then you're figuring out what happens in that community in terms of groups, in terms of channels, and all that stuff. There are email settings that we'll look at, products, and yeah, let's get right into that. So the first thing is that there is a basic 3-step process that you should think about. The first is setting up your GoHighLevel membership. If you haven't done that, you obviously need to have a GoHighLevel subscription. Once you're there, you can go to membership, go to communities, and you will be able to press the button to create a community. Note that you can only create one community per each sub account. Within the community, you can have as many groups as you want or as you need. However, the thing is that once you create a group, you can't delete it. You can rename it, you can edit it, you can change the status from active to inactive, and that would hide the group, but you can't delete a group. So keep that in mind. Also, once you create a group, you'd be able to set some parameters. So if I go to create group, I can set the group name. So let's say this is video, marketing. The group URL, you can edit it there, add a group description. You can enable or disable discovery. You can add a favicon, you can add a cover image, you can add a logo. So all of this will be what is shown right here. And for people inside the group, this is what they would be able to see. So there's the group, the icon, the favicon, and so on and so forth. So all of that is done there. And then you hit create group. So in my case, I've already created my first group right there. What I would suggest is then you go to settings, because this is where you can set up your subdomain or custom domain. So if it's your subdomain, you can edit this thing right here, and that would be app.club, clientclub.net, which is the default thing, the default URL that GoHighLevel uses. You can also set up your custom domain for your client portal. So in my case, I went with learn.mywebsite, and in my case, I had to add a CNAME record on my domain registrar. So it's a very simple process. You can search for example, names cheap, add CNAME record. And also, if you're part of specific name registrars, which I believe are GoDaddy, Google, and there's one more, GoHighLevel can also connect and do this for you automatically. So if you follow this example, you just go to advanced DNS, you add a record right there, like a CNAME record, and then you put in the host and values based on what GoHighLevel have given you when you add a domain there. So that's the settings part. In addition to the domain setup, there's also branding, app permissions, and the fourth one right there, which is email settings. So let's have a look at these. Branding. So this is what the group will be called. So in my case, I called it AI, Automation, and Copy, and Copywriting. This is the portal name actually, which is what people will see when they are about to enter the community. So this will be displayed as your portal name when users sign up or sign in. There's a description, there's the main brand color, and the second one. Again, you can add a favicon, you can add your portal image, logo, support email, and copyright symbol stuff. And there's also some custom tracking that you can add right there. And this is what people will see when they are at the login screen, which I'll look at in a second. There's also a permissions, so you can have communities enabled, courses enabled, affiliates, billing and subscription, and also contracts. So this can be quite handy as well. You can just tick or untick that, save settings, and this will update those settings. And you can also select the default landing page. So do you want people to land in your home once they log in, communities, courses? So I can also shift this directly to communities, for example. And then once someone logs in, they will end up in the communities section or whatever courses. Save settings, great. So now, notice that now we're in the client portal section, which is under sites. So there is a bit of playing around with different places, but then again, it's also pretty straightforward. So here, before we're under marketing, actually, membership, membership communities, and then we ended up under, membership settings, under sites. So as you can see, it kind of auto redirects you to the right place as well. So there is a bit of different places to kind of consider. Anyway, so we go back to membership community settings. Great. So once I go to my domain setup, let's say I go to learn.kefar.com, which is my domain that I set up, or my subdomain that I set up for this. This is what users will see. So the thing is that anyone can sign up to this, right? But unless they have access to your groups, then they can't do anything. So essentially, I can create a new user, and the person would then be able to see that there is a group called AI Automation and Copywriting. If the group is public, they can then join the group, and then once they are in the group, they're able to see all the stuff right here. So let's go a bit deeper into this. So here under communities groups, there's this group. So I can hit login, and then I will sign up as myself, so as the admin to that group. I can invite members. So there's this share your group link. So now if I go to that, the person will get a specific invite where they can simply create an account and then join the group. So that's a quick way to invite people. You can also invite them via email. You can also make them admins for a specific name and email. So this is a quick way to get people to your group. Now, let's say that you have like a sales page, a payment page, someone pays and then is able to join your group. Once they are in your group, they're able to either join this group, and they can also look at the different channels. So essentially, think of channels as ways to filter discussions to their respective categories. So there are announcements, marketing discussions. If I'm under marketing discussion and I start a new post here, this by default will be listed under marketing discussion. So I can't change that. As a post, I can write the title, I can write the post itself, I can add GIFs, I can add images, so I can upload stuff there. I can add videos, links, attachments, and even emojis. So pretty standard in terms of publishing posts. So then the post is live there. If I go to home, people will be able to see the posts right there. Again, if I'm under announcements and I go there, I can only publish under announcements. If I'm under home, I have the ability to choose my channel. Also, as the admin, you see that I have the ability to add different channels as well. So then there is learning, which are products, and I'll get to that in the next section. Members, events, leaderboards, and about. So let's go with courses. So here, first of all, if I go to my membership courses products, so memberships, courses, and products, I can add different products right here. So I go to create product, start from scratch, and I generally go with build your own. Video product, let's give that a name, and I'm able to set up the product right here. So it's like you're setting up your own course. So you can add categories. So instead of calling it blank category, I can call it category 1. I can choose the parent category if I want, hit save, and now I can add different lessons to that category. So this would be the first lesson, or lesson 1. Can add a thumbnail, add the stuff right here, hit save, and then I can add multiple lessons under that same category as well. So here now I can add a new lesson, or at lesson 2, and like this I can keep building my course, category 2. So now I have category 2, lesson 4, lesson 5. So just like this, I can keep adding information. I can add the details about what the product is about. So thumbnail, image, customize this. So you can also use templates to make it look better. I can also add offers. So offers, comments, and this is, I guess it depends how detailed you want to go. Essentially, it used to be that products needed to be part of an offer in order to offer them as part of a membership or a community. However, what I have found is that you don't need to create an offer and choose your product here, because when I go to my community, so community here, I can add a course right here. So now the course is immediately available. Before, it used to be that you had to choose your offer in order to make that happen. Now it's just there. So I'm not sure if this is something that GoHighLevel updated, but anyway, you can choose the course there. So now it's immediately visible after I added the product. By default, all members have access. Subscription type is recurring, free, or one time. And you can set the billing period because we went with recurring. And yeah, as you see, you can also turn on test mode, so you can test using a fake card. Once that video course is there, then people are able to access the course by clicking on it. So then it's just getting this to load and then consuming the course. So they can hit start course, and then once that is done, they mark as complete. So in this case, since there was only this lesson, you have successfully completed the course. So then they can hit back and they end up back in the community. So here there are members. You can also chat with different members once you have more members there. Events, so you can easily add an event. Title, choose the date, choose the time. You can make it recurring as well. So ends after, let's do occurrences. Let's say it repeats every week. Yeah. You can also choose the location, so Google Meet or Zoom, and add the link right there. You can also add a description, or you need to add a description, and hit next. It can also be a paid event, which is great. So you can charge people for specific events. So if they want to join, they would need to pay for that specific event. So it's great to have paid events and non-paid ones. And then they get the notification here. So the event is happening in 5 minutes. So email settings, let's have a look at this. So you can get people notified when different events happen. For example, when someone joins the group, so send an email, an invite email when a member is added to the group. You can get an email sent out when a membership is approved or declined, when someone is tagged in a post, tagged in a comment, when new courses are added. So there's a bunch of things you can send emails for. And you can also add certificates here. So if you have certificates, when a certificate is issued, is renewed, is expired, you can get emails to go out for all these events. As it says here, know that these are charged emails, so you will have to pay for all of these emails. So does that products? Yes, perfect. So that is kind of how to set it up in, I know, less than 15 minutes. It takes some preparation to have all the things, all the assets, images ready, but once you do, it's pretty easy to set up. Now, many people have a question about automation, and they wish that their community in a way runs by itself. And with GoHighLevel, this is also possible because you can go to your automation screen. So if you go to workflows here, so automation, and you choose workflows, you can create a workflow, which looks something like this. The trigger can be when group access is granted. So when someone joins and then you choose the group here and you choose your group, then that would be the trigger. So when someone joins your group, you decide what you want to do. Maybe you want to send an email. Maybe you want to send a notification. Anything that you can do in normal workflows on GoHighLevel can be done with this trigger. So as soon as someone is given access to your group, then the whole flow will run. And the good thing is that this is group dependent. So you can have multiple groups here, which means that you can separate the actions that happen with specific groups. So that's a quick and easy way to trigger automations based on this specific trigger. Now, many people were also complaining about GoHighLevel being way behind a platform like School, and for a time they were. But with GoHighLevel, there's also a lot of updates happening very quickly. And if you go to their changelog, their like roadmaps, feedback, and changelogs, you can see a lot of this stuff. For example, new notifications. So people can now get notifications when someone comments on their post, new comment reply, invite link flow. So something that was previously open to admins only is now available for everyone. So there's a bunch of updates happening very, very often, which is also a great thing as well. The only thing that I wouldn't, or that needs some work, which might be improved in the future, would be this leaderboard and gamification section. So here you can add rewards. So I can say once people reach level whatever, level 1. So we can say title, keep it short. So 10% off on new courses. Can add a description. So this will be this right here. I can add multiple ones. So reach level 2 and get 50% off. Description. And I can hit save. The thing is that in this case, it's just a label. So apparently there is no way yet in order to trigger something automatically. So let's say that you have a course that automatically gets triggered or should get triggered once someone reaches level 2. Someone would have to reach out to you, so you would have to give them access. There's no way to do it manually or to do it automatically as of yet. So that's one thing that is different, I think, than School. And yeah, here for gamification, you can also edit the name of the level. So here you can be, noob. Here you can be super. So you can also change the names of the levels. In terms of the group settings, there are also a bunch of things you can do. So you can change the group name, description, whether it's public or private. So here, only members can see the group and other members of the group. You can remove accessibility from the switcher. So if you remove that, people would have to have the direct URL to get to the group. You can add subscriptions. So you can make it a monthly subscription and then switch between the two. You can add branding, which we've seen already. You can change the theme. So you can go with dark, membership questions. So you need to enable at least one question. What's your name? And then you can enable these questions. So you will ask these questions once someone requests access to your group. Gamification, we've looked at links. You can create the links that will show in the group about. Reported content, when someone reports other members, and there are discovery. So you can get discovered by different users if you turn this on. So then I can hit save, confirm. And now that will make the required changes. So what's weird is that I guess the dark theme didn't save. So let's try that again. Themes, dark, boom, save, confirm. Okay, so the theme stayed, but for some reason the dark mode didn't stay. Anyway, so that's one potential bug to keep in mind. There are the notifications here. So anything that was added to the group. And then if someone tags the other person, obviously they would get notified as well. So then in this case, if someone tagged me, I would get a notification there. So let me see if I got anything else to mention. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you're on the fence about starting your own community, this can be a great way to really get going. It's easy to set up, easy to get going, and run your own community within a GoHighLevel subscription. So if you are already paying for that, this can be a quick transition into building your own community where you can share courses, events, and anything related to building a group of people that know, like, and trust you. If that makes sense, check out the link in the description where I will show you how to get started using AI and automation in your business so you can stay up to speed with what is happening right now. in other news. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. I'll speak to you soon.